now is where I'm going to break into the rebuild kit here, and this one's just a basic rebuild kit. They make some other rebuild kits that come with all new jets and like 1,000 other pieces. This is just a basic one that I'm doing. It's, you know, all I've ever had to do when I'm redoing a boat carburetor. But you can see here's your new needle seat and needle, float needle, and a new gasket. And like I said, the instructions say that, you know, to save some pieces off your old accelerator pump, but it all comes assembled, so you don't even have to unassemble the other one. This is your new accelerator pump, plunger and spring. And it comes with a bunch of different gaskets. So you just kind of have to see which one your boat takes. And this one's goofy. They usually come with a bunch more gaskets. So yeah, my last kit came with a bunch more gaskets, and this one only comes with 2. So let's go ahead and, here's a new base gasket. Here's your new fuel filter, and you have your check ball down in there rolling around, and a couple of other gaskets. Your new carb base gasket. This is one of the fuel filter gaskets, and this one goes on the fuel filter housing. And it also comes with a set of instructions and this handy dandy little tool. And basically I just use it to check and make sure that my float height is correct. And this carburetor, which I'll show you in the instructions, says it's supposed to be 1/4 of an inch from the toe of the float to the top of the float housing, or the float bowl, and I'll show you how that goes when I put this all back together. We are back, and as you can see, the carburetor has been thoroughly cleaned. It has, each piece has spent 2 hours in the carb dip, and I then cleaned it off with the gum out carburetor spray, and I then took it out to the air compressor, and I blew everything out with the compressed air. You can see down in there that now all the sediment is gone, and it's pretty clean down there. Everything's pretty clean. Actually, this carburetor wasn't all that dirty. You can also see that I went ahead, I don't know if you can see that, but I did the epoxy. I just took a bunch of 5-minute epoxy, I mixed it up real good, and it's perfectly hard now, and it's all sealed up, so I don't have to worry about that leaking anymore. And one of the first things I'm going to do is put the throttle body assembly on. And as you recall, this was held in place by 2 screws. They were Phillips screws, and this is straightforward. So dig out our gasket, and this rebuild kit's kind of goofy. My other one came with 4 or 5 different versions of gaskets, and you had to like dig through and see which one fit. But this one just comes with 1 set, and they are the correct ones. And when I put this on, just flip it over and see which ones that the holes line up with, and you can see that the holes over here actually will line up with the holes here. So this is definitely the way this goes. If I were to put it on the other way, nothing, absolutely nothing lines up, so I definitely know that it goes this way. And press that down over the pins. There we go, and that's done, and we'll just go ahead and put this on. Dried. So we'll dig out the only 2 Phillips screws, and we will go ahead and tighten these down. You don't need to go to town when you're doing these. A lot of people over torque them, and they will actually warp the carburetor if you over torque them. You just want enough to snug it down till the screw stops, and then maybe just another quarter turn. You don't really need to put all your might into tightening this up. We'll turn this over now. I'm now going to start by putting in the new check ball, just because it's a small part and you can lose it, and just get it out of the way and get it in there. And like I said, the check ball will go down right next to here where the accelerator pump plunger is. And I will just use the needle nose pliers just to very gently grip those and drop it down into place. And after that's into place, we'll dig out the plug here. That plug that we were using. And we will drop it into place. And that takes a flat I guess it's still not a lot of pressure, just enough to tighten it. And now we'll go ahead and put the jets in. And you can see the jets turned out real good. They are perfectly clean now. They weren't all that too bad to begin with though. So we'll put the jets in now. And there is no right or wrong way to put this thing back together. The instructions just say assemble in reverse order of disassembly. So there are a couple of steps. When I did my first one, I got everything all back together, and I forgot to do the choke linkage, so I had to tear it all right back apart, and so I'll do that the correct way this time. And not very tight in these, just snug. Now I'll go ahead and put in the new float needle seat. And here's the kit that it comes with.